Hi guys, I'm Jody.
And I'm not Brandon.
I knew that would throw you off. You're not mentally prepared, Jody.
You're not.
I'm joking.
Go again.
I'm Brandon.
And I'm Jodilee.
And welcome back to By Faith, where we are on lesson 12, Sunday.
Yes, and this week I think the topic is probably one of my favorite topics and things in the whole world, and that is Sabbath. So a lot of you guys maybe who grew up in the Sabbath, like home or somewhere they kept Sabbath, or have heard about it. Maybe you have a very different picture of what Sabbath is. Maybe you think it's a list of a whole bunch of things you can't do. You can't watch TV, you can't do this, you can't do that. But that's not what Sabbath is actually about. And this week I'm hoping we're going to do a bit of exploring to understand why God created Sabbath, what's its purpose, and what it should actually be about. Because to me it's actually a blessing. So I hope that you guys will also experience that.
Sister.
So basically this lesson talks about Genesis, right? So Genesis 1 and 2, and that was when, well, everything was created, and as part of that, Sabbath. Okay, so something interesting is Sabbath was there before the fall, right? Which means it's like part of God's perfect plan. Everything that was there before the fall, except for the actual sin that happened, that's kind of how God wanted the world to be. And after that, everything got a little bit messed up and humans went and messed it up because of sin, right? So Sabbath was there before the fall. And if we look at it, Genesis, if you read Genesis 1 and 2, the story of creation is actually told twice. I don't know if you've ever noticed that. Basically, he goes and says on the first day, the second day, the third day, all of the days, right? Then he goes and kind of says it again, but here the focus isn't on all the amazing things he's created, but instead the focus is on the sixth day when man was created, right?
Amen.
And Adam and Eve were created. And what was cool in the lesson is that it pointed out that firstly, creation was like super deep and super detailed that you kind of needed to say it twice, okay? And secondly, that the first day was all about the amazing things that God created, okay? And everything around us is what God created, so that's pretty true. But the second one focused on relationship, and that's special because it also talks about how everything was made for Adam, okay? God created all of this for us humans, so that he could have this relationship with us and this relationship with between Adam and Eve, okay? And then if we read Genesis 2 verse 1 to 3, okay, it says, yeah, you can read it for us there.
Genesis 2 verse 1 to 3.
Yes.
Thus the heavens and the earth were completed in all their vast array. By the seventh day God had finished the work he had been doing. So on the seventh day he rested from all his work. Then God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it he rested from all the work of creating that he had done.
Okay, so that was the first Sabbath, right? So that's when God created the Sabbath, and God rested, okay? So often we talk about why did God rest? Was he tired after creating the world?
No.
No, he's God, right? He doesn't get tired. And I personally think God knew
God
that we would
need naps.
No, he doesn't, but we do, right? And every Sabbath, I'm so grateful that God, he rested so that I could rest, because he knows that I need it every Sabbath, right? And there's so there's so many more amazing things about Sabbath, but we'll go through them throughout the week. But today what we wanted to focus on is that God created Sabbath. He decided it was important to rest. And then the lesson touches on what was that first Sabbath like? It gets you to picture what it was like and what they got up to, right? So the Bible doesn't tell us too much about it, but we know that God came and walked with Adam in the garden, okay? Adam and Eve, he walked with them after the fall. He also walked with them, but beforehand.
And he walks with me and he talks. Sorry.
Brandon likes his singing. He's good at it, eh?
No, I'm not.
But
Don't lie to the people.
So basically, Adam and Eve were created on the sixth day, right? So the seventh day is actually like the first day that they're around, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is your first Sabbath. It's the first day you're in the garden. It's the first day you kind of have to spend like a full day with God. And it's the first day you have to spend with Eve, like this love of your life, right? So basically what I'm picturing them doing is spending the day walking around the garden, being in awe at all the amazing stuff God created, like talking
a lot. When did you get here? I just got here. When did you get here? I just got here too. Is this your rib? It is. Oh, cool, man. Who's this guy? I think he's God.
Exactly.
Must have been so cool.
Yeah, so like they were learning
Can I eat this? No? Oh, okay. And this one? Yes, okay.
Cool. Yeah, like they must have just been like talking to God, getting to know him, right? Talking to, like Adam and Eve were chatting, getting to know each other, okay, being in awe at how God created someone so like awesome for them, right? And so to me, it kind of highlights the key things that are important for me on Sabbath. Sabbath isn't about a whole bunch of things I can't do on Sabbath. Sabbath is a day that like God went and put aside so that I could get away from all the hecticness
And
of
be
life.
with God.
Exactly. Like
It's not about the things you can't do. It's about remembering the person who made us and spending time, taking a chunk of time out of the day and saying, Lord, you made me, and I'm going to remember you now, and I'm going to worship you and praise you because you're a glorious God.
Here we go, yeah.
Not a gloriful God.
No, glorious one. But that's exactly it. It's like, it's not about, it's like the whole week I have to work, I have to do this, I have to do that. On Sabbath, I get to like stop doing all of that and do what Adam and Eve did on that first Sabbath, right? Which is learn about all the amazing things God's done in his nature, right? And in history, how he's been with people throughout history. They maybe didn't do that because there wasn't too much history, but they could still ask God about a creation. They could learn about each other, right? They could build the relationships because God thinks family is important, okay? So they could build the relationships with those loved ones in their lives, and they could also get to know God, which is obviously the most important part because God actually created us because he wanted a relationship. So that to me is what today's lesson is all about. Genesis 1 and 2, and that first Sabbath, and how it's an example for us and what Sabbath should be about. It should be an exciting day where we get to know God, all the stuff he's done for us, and the special people he's put in our lives. It shouldn't be about a long list of things that you can't do.
Amen. And by the way, for those of you who think that the Sabbath, was only given in the commandments and wasn't given in the Garden of Eden, how we know it was, God gave the Sabbath to Adam and Eve. He didn't give it to Moses for the Hebrews and for the Jews. The Sabbath was given for all men right at the beginning. And we know this because Moses only got the 10 Commandments on the top of Mount Sinai.
Yeah.
But when Moses started liberating the Hebrew slaves in Egypt, what did Pharaoh say to Moses? He said, "Why do you make your people rest?" Now that word rest is actually a translation of, why do you make your people Shabbat? What Moses actually done when he came back and he was like, I'm going to liberate these people, was the first thing he did was he got them to start practicing the Sabbath again. And the people started following the Sabbath. And that's when Pharaoh said, now that you make them Shabbat, I will make them work twice as hard and they will not have straw. And then Moses went into the people after Moses took them out of Egypt, led them out of Egypt, and they were getting manna before Mount Sinai. You remember that God said on the Friday, you will get a double portion of manna. Each day you will get one portion of manna, which, by the way, we're going to talk more about tomorrow on Monday's lesson.
Alert.
But this is not really on that topic. This is on the Sabbath. So you will get a portion every single day of manna, one portion, and it will only last one day. Tuesday's manna will not last till Wednesday. It will go off, it will go rotten, and on Wednesday you must get new manna. But on Friday, this is before Mount Sinai, before the 10 Commandments, God said on Friday you'll get a double portion of manna because it is the Sabbath on Saturday, the 7th day of the week. And on the 7th day, you cannot go pick up any manna. It's the Sabbath. It's the day for you to praise me and worship me. You shouldn't be going around looking for manna. Okay, so Friday you get a double portion. And then when the people didn't listen and they started trying to collect manna on the Sabbath, what did God say to Moses? Why do my people forsake my laws? Why do they break my laws? Why do they not keep the Sabbath? So the Sabbath was something that was known to the Hebrew people. They knew about it long before Moses gave the 10 Commandments. And even then, even if it wasn't established in the 10 Commandments, even if it wasn't established before the 10 Commandments, it is in the 10 Commandments. It's in the 4th commandment, Exodus 20 verse 8. You can go read it for yourself. So the Sabbath is a beautiful thing. It's a wonderful thing. And Jesus said, if you love me, keep my commandments. That's all I have to say.
And yeah, it's basically, to summarize, God is saying, I love you so much, I want to spend a whole day with you.
Yes.
And like if you love someone, you want to do that, right? And if someone important, like, I don't know, think of your favorite celebrity and they're like, I want to spend a day with you, you're going to be like, what? And now the God of the universe is saying, can I please spend a day with you every week? And that to me is super awesome. So that's what Sabbath means to me. But we'll learn more about it this whole week. So let's close our eyes and pray.
Awesome. Do you want to pray?
Yes, sure. Dear Lord, thank you so much that you love us so much that you want to spend a whole day with us every single week, Lord. And you gave us this day not as a burden, not as something where we've got to kind of checklist a whole lot of things that we can and cannot do, not something we must be afraid about, but rather a day we can look forward to every week where we can spend time with you, we can learn about you, and we can spend time with those people who are important to us and who you put in our lives, Lord. Please will you help us to remember that and help us to apply this on the Sabbath and help us to share the blessing of the day. Amen.
Amen. Bye.